What's going on, guys? This is Tristan with the Twins. We are going to be reading a message today regarding someone's video business. They wanted to stay anonymous, so let's kind of just dive right into it. First line says, saw the channel and had to send this in because this is literally my life right now. Well, anyways, anonymous, thank you for sending in this message. Happy to help you guys. Even if you've never watched us before, we are TWNZ Official on Instagram. If you guys have not seen us before and you're stumbling across us on YouTube, welcome to the channel. We pretty much help you guys fix exactly what's going wrong in your video business, and so you guys can go forward with no issues. So here we go. I've been shooting corporate video for about 2 years. That's some really good experience right there. That is awesome. Events, internal company stuff, training videos, that kind of thing. Okay, that's actually really good. The only thing I will say, and especially if you've been watching this channel for a bit now, is it does not seem like you maybe have one niche, and that could eventually start to hurt you. Events, internal company stuff, training videos. I'm sure actually some of those do pay pretty well. Nick and I, funny enough, a while ago, used to do training videos as well. And I know that stuff can pay pretty well. But I'm curious to see if any of those strike you as being something you'd like to hone in on. Because right now it does sound like you're doing 3 things at the same time. You said, I'm not hurting for work. That's not really the problem. Okay, that's good. The problem is I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. Okay, I had $5,200 month. I had a $5,200 month back in November, and I thought I finally figured it out. Well, first and foremost, congrats on the big month. Anything past $5,000 a month is usually a good sign that you're doing something right in your business. Doesn't mean you're doing everything right, but I know it did say at the beginning that you're not like hurting for money, or the problem isn't money. But what I want you guys to understand is that most of the time we think this way when we first start. And that's a good way of thinking, because you definitely do want to get into this line of business because you love it. But eventually, if this becomes the thing that puts food on the table for you and your loved ones, or just yourself, this is something you should start taking seriously. Let's dive deeper in, right? $5,200 a month back in November. So that was a couple months ago now, right? Like that was not super recent. That was before the new year, but let's continue. Then December was 1,800. Ooh, okay. And January was 2,400. I have no idea what November was and what the other months were. Okay. So this is a little tricky, right? And it looks like you had a really big month. And well, a good month, 5,200, right? And then you dropped to 1,800 and 2,400. What I'm going to assume, without making any total assumptions, because you have told me a bit about what you do, is that because you don't have any real niche, you are probably just pitching one-off projects or stuff that comes your way. I'm not sure if you have any of these clients currently on a retainer model, which inevitably would benefit you so much. But because the fact you dropped all the way down to 1,800 the month after you hit a $5,200 month kind of screams to me that you're just pitching one-off projects, or most of the time you're waiting for work to come your way. Scary position to be in, but I'm also not going to blame you because there's lots of people watching this that are going through the same thing. What I would incentivize you to do is read the Videographer Business Playbook, especially if you have not already, especially a guy that's making $5,200 a month. You could do some real damage with the playbook. Next thing you say is, part of it, I think, is that I have no retainer clients. Okay, exactly kind of what I was getting into, right? If you don't have any retainer clients at the moment, this is going to hurt most videographers. And it also does start to lower your status. And what I mean by that is that a lot of guys that just show up to a one-time shoot, unless it is a big commercial project that you're getting paid lots of money for, and you for some reason have incredible connections with the music video industry or the commercial ad industry, and you're just landing 30 to 50K projects month to month to month, and you don't need a retainer, hey, you're probably a little over for this video, which is great. But if you are not in that position and you are at where Anonymous is right now, or about $5,200, I want you to understand, if you are not at all incorporating retainer clients into your workflow, you're going to hit these kind of bottlenecks, right? Where eventually one month it's going to be like, crap, I don't have money coming in. That's a really scary position to be at, especially as a solopreneur, or in your case, maybe you're a one-man band. I haven't read the rest of your message yet, but it's a scary place to be in. So it definitely is partially because you're not you don't have any source of predictable income, which as a business owner is going to drive you mad after a while. It's never ever going to be completely predictable because some months you might get a really, really big client and other months you might lose a client. But for the most part, there's a foreseeable future and I'm going to make this much revenue this month at least, right? Anyways, let's continue. Every single client I have is a project by project. They like my work. They come back sometimes, but there's no guaranteed money coming in at the start of the month. Correct. So especially if you are by yourself, right? And you're doing this video thing, that might give you a little bit of a green flag to go, I can just do any project I want. I don't need a niche. I don't need a specific offer, stuff we teach in the playbook. I would really, really advise you to start figuring this out now. And the reason I say that is because especially a guy like you who has hit $5,200 in a month, which should be the humble goal for everybody watching this video. That's a great first milestone, but it should be the humble goal. What I want you guys to understand is that you can make money as a videographer. This money is not fake, but don't mistake that with, I can just get comfortable by doing one-off projects and I'll make this again next month, probably pretty easily. Also does not work that way, okay? So he's saying that there's no guaranteed income coming in at the start of any month. That's a problem, right? Not only does that mean you might eventually have to sell your camera to pay rent, which God forbid you do, but it also means now you don't have any time to work on the systems of your business because you're taking any job that comes your way. This becomes really scary. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, I'm doing so much busy work. I'm getting clients, but I'm not actually focusing on, well, what about my next offer? What about the next big thing I want to pitch in 30 to 60 days from now? You don't have time to work on that because you're in such a go, go, go mode right now that it just feels like you have to make money to survive. I'm pretty sure that's probably pretty accurate to the way you feel, but I'll continue to go through your message. So he doesn't have any income guarantee at the start of any month. And then he says, I've thought about it, trying to pitch some of my regulars on a monthly package, but honestly, I don't even know what that would look like for corporate video. Okay, such a good question, right? He wants to maybe take some of the clients he has right now that are one-offs and put them on a retainer model. Now, you'll hear a lot of people, especially maybe you watching this video, say, oh, well, not everybody's a retainer client, and it's impossible to price everybody as a retainer client. I would actually beg to argue that a lot of the clients you've already pitched or done projects for would love to have you month to month again. You just have to have it make sense for their business and the model and pick a niche. Don't do all of these guys and try to get cafe owner, gym owner, realtor, wedding planner. Don't try to get all these people on a retainer model. That will end up killing you. It's the thing we teach in the Videographer Business Playbook, which so many of you have read. You guys have to read the first niche selection system page. It's so important to actually figure out, well, okay, is this niche going to pay me money? And on top of that, yes, you should like the niche a bit. Should it be everything? Probably not all the time, but you have to pick a niche that's going to pay you well and it's going to support your model going forward where you can continue to put clients on that same retainer model. So yeah, not knowing how to put them on a retainer, that just might be a little bit of a naivety because you probably could. If you're working with corporate video, I'll just be frank with you. Nick and I have done corporate video in the past as well. And we've had plenty of retainers on that where they do boring stuff, but they need content, right? Every business nowadays needs content, which means if you have a business that needs to market, you have a retainer model. Okay. So we'll continue to go through this and I will give you more input on that as I go through it. Okay. So here we go. Again, doesn't even know. Now what he said is, like, what do? Do I give them something every month that justifies a reoccurring payment? I feel like I'd be making it up as I go. Well, good thing is you should not make it up as you go. And quite frankly, that's what a lot of people do. So what I would tell you is you should pick a niche, create a structured offer, and have a set price that you can pitch to that client over and over and over again. Do a really good job. And then once you do a really good job, I'm sure they'd want to go and refer you out to people that are also in their space. Okay. Next, the other thing is my outreach is basically non-existent. All my work comes from referrals and a couple of clients who just keep coming back. Right. So if your outreach is non-existent, guys, I'll be really real with you. There are a lot of videographers that are terrified to do outreach in the form of a cold DM, cold email, message, a text, asking a friend, paid marketing, organic marketing, right? At the end of the day, outreach is the only thing that gets your name out there. And it doesn't have to look in the form of desperation, such as, hey, I'm broke, please hire me. I do videos, right? Like, we should not be reaching out like that. But what it does mean is that you guys cannot stay afraid to get on your phone and dabble at the keyboard and have people try to buy from you. That is part of the game. And also, my best advice on outreach, don't reach out with the intention of, please buy my product. Reach out with the intention that you're trying to add some value. Maybe do some free work. Show them that you're worth it. And then once they say, oh my God, wait, this guy is really, really good, what does he cost? That's your bridge to paid route, okay? So that's for that. Then he's also said that all his work right now is coming from referrals. Guys, referrals is not your end all be all. Don't get me wrong. It is your strongest form of getting business, because if you can have a client that goes, oh my God, he is just the best. He knows exactly what to tell me every time I'm there. He knows exactly how to make me feel. I'm never nervous. I actually kind of weirdly enough look forward to our content days with blank and so. It's kind of your golden ticket in. There's no stronger way to get a referral than another human that knows a person that goes, this is your guy. Right? So we definitely want to strive for referrals, but it can't be everything, because at the end of the day, they're not this network of 1,000 people, right? Okay, here we go. Let's keep going. I've tried sending cold DMs to a few companies on LinkedIn and got 0 responses. Okay, first and foremost, that's good. You're making progress. At least you're sending the outreach. Now, how are you doing it, right? Another thing that is taught in the client acquisition playbook within the systems bundle, which I incentivize all of you to go read. But if you are not getting any traction from sending a cold DM, sending a cold email, there's 2 things that usually go wrong. Number 1 is you are coming off way too salesy when you send this message. Everybody messes this up because they want clients and they want to make money. Not the right approach. What I would tell you is go in the next time with a cold email or cold DM in the sheer form of curiosity and actually adding value. Don't go in with this mindset of, hey, do you guys want videos? No, we're not selling. The DMs, the cold outreach, the outreach is not meant to sell. It's meant to build curiosity so that people then go, wait, what might he offer? Why does he actually care about my business? Most people don't care. Most people just throw a DM in my way and hope that I buy, right? So don't be one of those guys. Okay, next. I've tried sending to LinkedIn, got 0 responses. I don't know if my message is off or LinkedIn is just the wrong place or what. Okay, now especially if you are in the corporate space, LinkedIn is a gold mine for you. But it's not your everything, right? Are you reaching out to individual owners of the company via their email that you're finding through LinkedIn? There's got to be more ways. You can't just rely on LinkedIn and social media all the time. Go for email. Email's really good. If you can reach out to a specific higher up at a company that you want to work for, it shows that you did a little bit of your homework. So don't get comfortable on just the DM itself. Okay? Then he goes, which is great, but it also means if those people go quiet, I have nothing. Okay, right? Oh, sorry. Reading the next page. Here we go. Then he said, I kind of gave up on it after a week because it felt pointless. My man, a week? It's not going to do much for you in business, okay? Business is built over months and quite frankly, years. You don't want to just say, give it a shot for a week and give up on it. If you guys are in it for the quick money and you guys don't want to put in the work to do the outreach day and day and day again, yeah, you should expect what you're going to get. But what I will tell you is that no good things ever came out of no effort. You do have to put in more effort than that. And especially if you think outreach looks like 1 to 2 messages a day via DM or 1 to 2 messages a day via an email, it's just not enough. If you have no income coming in and you have no work on the calendar, your butt better be reaching out to everybody you can find. It's like there is no excuse at that point if you don't have income coming in to, quite frankly, reach out to everybody in your possibility that you can fit within a day. There shouldn't be a dry spot. You should be reaching out to everyone, okay? It's play to the strength and numbers of the reach out. Don't just think 1 or 2 is going to do it. Lastly, he said, I guess my real question is, where do you even start when referrals are... Lastly, he said, I guess my real question is, where do you even start when referrals are keeping you alive but not helping you grow? Because right now I feel like 1 slow month away from a real problem. Anyways, Anonymous, thank you for sending in your message. This is really real, guys. If you are having a slow month and it feels like, oh my God, if I don't have business this month, I might go out of business or I might be on the street, that is a real problem. Videographers especially, right? We are some of the most creative people on this planet. We are so focused on what gear we want, how to make the videos beautiful, how to make our color grade the best, how to light the best. Lighting is important. All that stuff is decently important, okay? But at the end of the day, if we want to make money, if we want to get past $5,000 a month, which inevitably is not, $5,000 a month should not feel like a mountain. $5,000 a month should be the humble starting goal to make you guys believe you can do it. Because everybody who's watching this video right now, if you are one of those people that is pitching $500, $300, $700, then yes, it's going to be an absolute mountain for you to climb to get to a $5,000 month. But I want to reassure you guys that $5,000 a month can look like 2 to 3 clients if you just knew how to pitch the right way. And especially once you've got experience, could look like 1 client. Okay, this stuff is not impossible. People are doing this, and especially people that are watching this video that are quite frankly so lost on how to do it. It starts with the playbook. You guys should 100% be reading that playbook. And if you don't have the playbook, learn how to pick your niche, learn how to structure your offers, learn how to price, and then eventually get better at your sales. All stuff we teach in the bundle. So lastly, thank you to Anonymous for sending this message. You guys can go ahead. There's going to be a link in the description where you guys can send in your questions. Keep in mind, we're going to have a link in the description where all of you guys can send in your questions as to where you're currently stuck in your business, what you want help with. We are here to help you guys, and you don't have to put your name. You guys could put it anonymous, just like this guy did. Anyways, we appreciate you guys for reaching out. If you guys are not following Nick and I on social media already and you found us on YouTube, that is awesome. But if you want, we do post anywhere from 3 to 5 times a day on all platforms, especially Instagram. So if you guys have any other questions, drop them in the description link below and we'll hopefully get to them in the next video.